Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be starting something new, and it is called Acapella. But before we get to that, you should have just done your welcome song, and now we're going to do our brain break. So go ahead and stand up. Make sure that you have room, and here we go.
Do you want your NTV? Well, here it is.
Hit it.
All right, great job. Go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to adjust some stuff. So while you are having a seat, I want you to breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Very good. One more time. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. All right, I'm trying to fix the volume here because I don't want it to be too soft for you, so I apologize. Give me just a second. I'm still trying to fix it. I don't want y'all to say, I can't hear. And hopefully you could hear. All right. Okay, I think it's going to be nice and loud now. All right, so let me go back. All right, so here we go. Here are your learning targets. By the end of class today, you will be able to say, I can recall information about our composer of the week, Florence Price. I can define a cappella. I can identify by sound a cappella music. I can explain beatbox and perform beatbox. I can explain the different ways to perform a cappella, and I can keep a steady beat and clap the correct rhythm patterns. All right, so we're going to do a vocal warm-up with quaver today. So let me just pull that up for you here. All right, and they are called minor slurs. And I know we haven't learned about really slurs or the minor scale, but the minor scale usually sounds more sad. So if I was singing a major scale, I would sing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But if I was singing a minor scale, I'd change a note and it would be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Sorry, I tried to make it a harmonic scale. So it's going to sound a little bit different. It's going to sound a little sadder. And then slurring, it says, you know, legato, which is like long. But if I was staccato, I would go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So a slur, kind of, you slur your talking. You don't articulate. You don't go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You slur it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You connect them. You make them long. So we're going to try this today. It helps if I show you the, here we go. It's going to go zing, 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 za. You see these little things right here? Those are telling you to slur. So instead of going zing, 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 you're going zing, 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 za. That's a slur. If I made them not slurred, I would go za, but I'm slurring them. So it's za. Does that make sense? All right, so you're going to sing that, and it's just going to change the pitches, so you follow. Zing, 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 za. 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 Very good. So you just did some slurring for the first time, most likely, and that is awesome. All right, so I am going to actually skip your rhythm drill because I want to make sure we have enough time. If we do, I'll come back to it, but I really want to make sure we have enough time today. So your composer of the week is Florence Price, and there she is looking all beautiful, working on her music. She was born April 9th, 1887 in Little Rock, Arkansas, and she died June 3rd, 1953. I will take us to Google Maps of Little Rock, Arkansas if we have time, but it is in the United States, so if we have time, we'll come back to it. She is noted as one of the first African-American women classical symphonic composer. That was a mouthful, but she is African-American and female, and she does classical music. So that's kind of rare, and that's awesome that she's noted as the first. She's also a pianist. That means she plays piano. An organist. That means she plays organ, and she was a music teacher. She had two other siblings. Her dad was a dentist, and her mom was a music teacher. So that's probably where she got her music from. She had her first piano performance at the age of 4, and she published her first composition. Remember, composers make music for musicians. So her composition is her music. She made her composition or music at the age of 11. That is crazy. And she went to college and majored in piano and organ. That is definitely something you can do. And composition. If you want to be a composer, you need to go to college and major in music composition. That's actually a major you can do. And what I thought was really cool is she moved to Atlanta at the age of 23 and became the head of Clark Atlanta University. So you might have family members who have gone there before, but she's from our neck of the woods, and I thought that was really cool. So here's one of her pieces. It's called Violin Concerto No. 2. I'm going to skip just a little bit. All right, and I'm going to stop it there. And I know it's beautiful. She did such a great job composing this piece, but I hope you enjoyed listening to it. It's beautiful. If you want to listen to more of it, you can ask your parents to take you onto YouTube on a non-school computer device and look up Violin Concerto No. 2 by Florence Price. It's absolutely beautiful, but it is 15 minutes long. So we have to move on. All right. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to learn more about instrument families, but we have talked about them in the past. And there are different families for each category of instruments. So we have different types of ensembles. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the word ensemble, but ensemble, it means like grouping. So you could have a chamber music group, a quintet. Quintet has the word quin in it, so a group of 5 musicians. You could have a symphonic band. You could have an orchestra. You could have a chorus. So there's different types of ensembles, and there are different instruments that go in the families, right? So you've got the woodwinds, the brass, the percussions, and the strings. And we will talk more about what instruments fit in each category in the next coming weeks. But I just wanted you to be thinking about that, think back on what we've learned before. And so we're also going to learn about beatbox. But first of all, what is acapella? Does anybody know? Okay, so let's see if we can figure out more about what acapella is. So there are different forms of acapella. Acapella means there are no instruments. It's all your voices making the sounds. It could just be singing. It could be singing with beatboxing. But your voices are creating the instruments. You don't have other instruments playing with you, even though it might sound like it. So I want to show you an example. And I'm going to skip just a little bit because it gets a little, here we go. I'll skip just, here we go, there we go. All right, so you can hear different voices singing. You don't hear any instruments. That's a form of a cappella. Now, some people get a cappella confused with acoustic. Like it might be just a voice and a person with a guitar. That's not a cappella. That's acoustic because you have instruments in the background. This is a cappella because it's all voices. There are no instruments, okay? So a cappella is all voices. So here are some other examples of a cappella, and I love the one that we're about to watch because it's one person and he has recorded himself over and over and over and over and over again doing the different voices, doing the different sounds. So he might be making like a, oh, it's being all silly again. He might be making a trumpet sound. He might be making a synth sound. He's making all of those sounds. Even though it sounds like there's instruments, it's not. It's all his voice. So this is true a cappella. So yes, it is one person.
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. Every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along. Then you came and you cut me loose. was solo singing on my own. Now I can't find the key without you. And now your song is on repeat, and I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. Symphony, with a love song on the radio. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. I'm sorry if it's all too much. Every day you're here, I'm healing. And I was running out of luck. I never thought I'd find this feeling. I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, and not let go. Symphony, your love song on the radio. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. And now your song is on repeat, and I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Oh, symphony. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Wanna hold you tight and not let go. Wanna hold you tight and not let go.
What's up to all my amazing friends out there?
All right, so that kind of showed you everything he did was his voice. It sounded like instruments, you heard drums, but there weren't any. It was all his voice. That is acapella. So acapella is only voice singing, no instruments. The voice makes the instruments. All right, so we need a brain break, and we need a silly brain break. So go ahead and stand up. We need to get our wiggles out. I know I just threw a whole bunch at you, so go ahead and stand up. All right, let me get to, there we go.
Now some of you might be wondering, how exactly does one beat like a sheep? Take it away, Gabe!
Throw your hands up and point them to the floor. Here's what to do, now get down on all fours. Just bounce around, it's easy, follow me. Go crazy now, and beat like a sheep. You
how to beep beep like a sheep, I see. But is that all you can do?
Throw your hands up and point them to the sky. Drop to the floor and move from side to side. Just bounce around to one, I'll show you how. Go crazy now, meow meow like a cow.
All right, that was extra silly. Go ahead and have a seat. Let's get that heart rate under a low, steady beat. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, so I just showed you a cappella with one person. So this is a cappella with a group of people. If you have a group of friends and you're like, hey, we could start our own a cappella, you can. Each person sings a different part. So here is that.
When the lights turning down, they don't know what they heard. Strike a match, play it loud, giving love to the world. We'll be raising our hands, shining up to the sky. 'Cause we got the fire, fire, fire. Yeah, we got the fire, fire, fire. And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We don't wanna leave, no. We just wanna be right now, right, 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 right now. And what do we see? Is everybody on the floor acting crazy, getting loco till the lights out? Music's on, I'm waking up. We start the vibe and we bump it up, and it's over now. And we got the love. There's no sleeping now, no sleeping now. When the lights turn it down, they don't know what they heard. Strike a match, play it loud, giving love to the world. We'll be raising our hands, shining up to the sky. 'Cause we got the fire, fire, fire. Yeah, we got the fire, fire, fire. And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We can light it up, 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 so they can put it out, out, out. We can light it up, 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 so they can put it out, out, out. We can light it up, up, so they can put it out, out, out. We can light it up, up, so they can put it out, out, out. And we're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Gonna let it burn, 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 burn. Whoa, fire, let it burn. Yeah, we're gonna let it burn.
All right, so could you see how, yes, there was a main singer, but there was people making the sounds of different instruments, and sometimes it was just do 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 do. But that's a cappella. Not everybody gets to sing the words. So if you're like, oh, I only want to sing the words, then you need to be in a chorus. But if you're willing to sing different parts, then a cappella might be for you. So we have, I have a pentatonics one that I want to show you, but I don't want to run out of time. So we will come back, I promise. If we have time, we will come back. So we said you can hear the different instrument families, and you saw that in the Mike Tompkins, the one guy singing by himself. He showed you the strings, the synths, the trumpets, the drums. So everyone's not singing the same. Everyone's singing something different, but there's something awesome about a cappella, and that is beatboxing. So I know, oh my goodness, it's Sesame Street. I'm a big kid. It's okay. You can watch a little bit of Sesame Street because Elmo does a great job with this beatboxing explanation.
Hi, I'm Maya.
Oh, and Elmo's Elmo.
Today, me and Elmo are going to show you how to beatbox.
That's right, baby.
So first, you have to remember this phrase, boots and cats.
Birds and cats?
Mm-hmm.
That's silly. What do birds and cats have to do with beatboxing?
So then, you emphasize the consonant letters like this. And then you repeat.
Okay, let Emma try. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, Emma loves to beatbox. Let's do it again.
All right, so that is the simplest way to beatbox is by saying boots and cats. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Go ahead, give it a try. Nice, good job. All right, so I'm going to show you someone who's really, really, really good at beatboxing, and we're not going to watch all of it because, again, I just don't have enough time. So we're going to watch some of it.
And now, for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics. We're gonna take it back.
Way back. Back into time.
All right, so that's a professional beatboxer. That is also a career that you could go down. There are actually beatbox battles that you can go to. They are very neat to watch. So that's how you're supposed to beatbox. And we said that boots and pants is a great way to start. You can start by using words like cat, cat, or tss, tss, that tizzle sound. All right, and your bass is that buh, buh. So we're going to practice that. So let's first try going boots and cats and boots and cats. 1, 2, ready, go. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats, boots and cats. Good. All right, so we would, if we had time, we would do more like a body percussion, beatbox. I have things popping up and they're not doing what I want them to. And if we were in class, we would do more with our beatboxing, and we will do more with that next week. But I have something fun that I want you to do, and I will put this in your assignment, a link to this, but it's called Blob Opera. And the reason I chose for us to do this is because it shows you the different voices of acapella. So when you get here, it'll look like this, and there's little blobs, and it says drag to sing bass. All right, and then here's the tenor. We've talked about voices before, so here's another voice. So if you drag it up, it makes it change upward. If you drag it this way, it changes the vowels, the A, E, I, O, U. All right, then we've got the mezzo soprano. And then we've got the soprano. I love this because you can, oh, it clapped for me, thank you. You can hear the different voices and it's completely a cappella. There's no other instruments. So what I want you to do when you go to answer your exit ticket learning path, there will be a link to this. I want you to record for me. So you'll hit the big record button and I don't care how you make your composition. You can All right, then whenever you're done with your composition, you will hit the stop button. And you can go through and watch it again. And then to share it, okay, I want you to copy this link when I clicked on it, and you will paste it in your assignment, okay? So none of this is don't try to email it. That's just copy the link, and then you will paste it in your assignment, in your exit ticket. So I will have a link in your exit ticket that says Blob Opera. Okay, you will click on that, go to this website, follow the tutorial, and then when you're done, a little red record button will pop up. You'll record your song, and then you'll hit the share button that's right here. Then you click on this to copy the link, and you go back to your assignment, your exit ticket, and paste that in there. And you can tell me if you enjoyed playing with Blob Opera or not, okay? So I know that was super fast. That was a lot of stuff all at once, and we will be doing more with beatboxing. We'll be doing more with acapella next week. That was just a quick, what on earth is acapella, which you can now say. It's all about instruments being replicated by your voice. It's only voice singing. So with your learning targets today, you should be able to say, I can recall information about our composer of the week, Florence Price. We listened to her beautiful composition with the violinist. I can define a cappella. We just did that. It's singing only with your voice and replicating instruments with your voice. I can identify by sound a cappella music. You now know the difference. You should be able to hear it. I can explain beatboxing, and you did some beatboxing. You did some sing cats, and we're going to do more next week. I can explain the different ways to perform a cappella, and I can keep a steady beat and clap the correct rhythms. We didn't get to do our rhythms today, but that's totally all right. So the last thing, again, when you do your exit ticket, you will click on the link to go to the Blob Opera. You will go through the tutorial. You will wait to hit the red record button. You will record, then you will hit share, and then you will copy and paste that link back into your exit ticket so that I can listen to your compositions. And as promised, we have just a few minutes. If you're running out of time, that's okay. You can skip this part. But I promised that we would get to listen to the Pentatonics, which are the most famous a cappella group. So if you have time, you can finish listening to this. If not, that's totally okay.
It don't make no sense. I'm here drifting in funness. You know it, you know it. I got new rules, I count them. Are you that somebody? Tell me that somebody.
back to East Atlanta. Whoa, but my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, looking so beautiful. I don't deserve it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. All you gotta do is stay a minute. Just take your time. The clock is ticking. Just say, ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. But I have your feel, but I feel it still. Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, I'm in love with the shape of you. Despacito, and my heart is despacito. I'm in love with you, 'cause I got issues, you got them too. So give up on me and I'll give my you. Bask in the glory of our problems, 'cause we got the kind of love it takes to solve them. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 'cause it is perfect, 'cause it's people after. Yeah, I'm a boy and I know that it hurts. Baby, I'm sorry.
All right, so hopefully you leave knowing everything you didn't know about acapella. Again, make sure you follow directions on your exit ticket. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope you have a great week.